My name is Mike Sawyer. I go by Slowbeef on the internet. I was a moderator on the Something Awful Let's Play forum. I'm credited with starting the whole Let's Play thing.
If you're seeing a DVD, you know how they do like director's commentary and stuff? Well, imagine if some jackass who was not involved in the creation of the movie at all decided to just comment on what he thought watching the movie would be like.
Years and years back, when we were doing Let's Play, we found it had spread to YouTube. We had done it on the Something Awful Let's Play forum, and it's sort of a trolly thing, which is kind of what you did on Something Awful. We made a channel where we kind of like made fun of people and like overdubbed it.
When it comes to Let's Play, you can find just about every color of the rainbow if you know where to look. You got your funny Let's Plays, your informative Let's Plays, and your narrative Let's Plays that make up all the colors found in Skittles.
You know, typically when you troll people, like it's just sort of get people to sort of react to it and in weird ways and stuff, and we all kind of laughed. And as we grew as a channel, like your fan base will start to like bother people and like act on your behalf. So we sort of shifted a bit and we started to like make fun of flash animations later and then long plays. Then we sort of shifted away from making fun of Let's Plays.
If quality Let's Plays are what you're looking for, you're in the wrong place, because today, Retsupurae.
Alright, on 3, 2, 1, go.
So the very first one was me and my friend Cynics were on Skype, and we were just watching a bad Let's Play that someone had uploaded on Something Awful, and we were just like kind of ragging on it to each other. And then, you know, I was like, we should record this.
Okay.
Slide! Hit down!
Slide! Come on, slide! Oh my God!
And then later on, when we saw that the trend spread to YouTube, I was like, we should really resurrect that idea. I got a couple people like Betus who I'd done videos with who was really funny, and this guy Proteus who I'd talked to who was really funny, and made like sort of a gimmicky channel out of it to sort of like troll people on YouTube and sort of mess with them. Because that was like what you sort of did on Something Awful.
This is just a basketball game, so I enjoy it.
Hey guys, you want to play basketball? Oh, sure. And I don't mean real basketball.
The videos themselves were like a mix of like legitimate criticism and also kind of not legitimate criticism, you know, because you have to fill dead air or you have to like carry people or keep their interest to the part you really want them to see.
Yeah.
No! No!
I think he just came into a pencil sharpener.
Sometimes people took it like kind of literally in the sense that they'd ask like, is this like a bad Let's Play that I made? Or is this like, am I not good at this? And it's like, no. Usually there's just one thing that was notably funny about it.
All right, hello. Can you see me?
Unfortunately.
Just got fired from Sesame Street.
I feel like we tried to stay away from like kids, really, you know, and there's even like an infamous video where like Proteus and I are more making fun of each other because I was like, oh, that's a kid, we shouldn't do this, and he's like,
my son did this, I would kill him. Maybe not kill him.
And then we were making fun of him for saying that.
I would murder my child if he dared.
I would murder my child for making a video of this poor quality.
There's people like the Burning Hunter who like clearly had a job and things and were like taking calls during it.
Hold on 1 second, Mina.
What?
Hello?
Oh, is that a phone call?
Diabetes is a very like naturalistic sort of like calm sort of humor to him.
How many pizzas can you order?
And I have this like kind of rasher, more wild sort of thing.
How stupid do you have to be not to edit this? Who wants to hear your phone call? They don't even hear the other side of the call!
You know, it's one of those things in retrospect, I'm like, it's like a bygone era of the internet where that's what it means to be funny, is you have to be a dick to people.
Get to the chopper!
Shut the fuck up! Just shut the fuck up!
Yes, this is the one game where that would actually be appropriate.
No, not really.
Not at all!
It's not like we're saying you should have like professional levels of Let's Play or things like that, but like if your camcorder's not even pointed at the screen, I mean, like, you know, what are you doing here?
Managed to find it.
Yeah,
Whoa. Don't touch me.
Hey, this is Electrical Beast, aka the Giant of Let's Plays.
The Giant of Let's Plays? The giant exaggerated stereotype of Let's Plays?
64. On today's episode, Mario will be going back to the TikTok clock, aka Bowser's time machine.
I can't believe someone this English exists.
He is very like almost how you'd imagine like a cartoon British person to act, but genuine, you know? So like he's like very fun to listen to. It's like so funny that he had this whole like story and everything to it, you know, where it's just like he wrote in the whole like save states into it, you know, and it was like
teleport. That's a great teleport there, Mario.
That is positively British.
It is Harry Order.
Mario now has the power to turn back time, but only once. Because when he saved the time in the TikTok clock,
Wait,
and the time gods paid Mario a visit, but I couldn't get that bit on camera. The time god's so powerful.
What the hell are you talking about, you
So
nut?
It's just like a weird, odd video to watch people like be sort of fascinated by this character along with you. Like a rare video where you get to like kind of like sit along and like kind of discover him with us in a way. And then it turns out there's like kind of a quote unquote series because he wrote a whole, you know, backstory to it and things like that.
So, Bowser, I've finally completed your evil test. Now, what do you say about that? This is Bowser here.
What?
Actually, I was hoping that you would pass my evil test. Now I can make you go through my most evilest level.
It's definitely one of the more interesting things on the internet that I've seen in my life, and in a good way.
Hello everyone, and welcome to my very first Let's Play
let's
here on
welcome him.
YouTube.
BillyMC.
I felt like the BillyMC was a sort of rare kind of like positive almost thing where we had like little jokes and digs here and there, but ultimately we were kind of rooting for him.
Frankly, hey, you know what? Oh, Billy, why?
Billy.
Oh, Billy, why?
Billy.
Look at, I forgot.
There it is.
Let's see, can I still get up there?
Billy gets the beanstalk. He gets the yay for Billy.
That'll take some time.
Oh, Billy!
Billy, I've talked to him. He's a nice guy. He's like married now and stuff. He wanted like a different level of fame from YouTube. I mean, to be fair, nobody, I think, really gets what they want in that sort of sense.
As well.
Billy, come down to dinner. Hold on, I'm on 1-3 at lost levels, you bitch.
That hit the Goomba, Mom.
I almost made it with the 1-up.
He actually doesn't really like it now, being treated like a kid, really, you know? Like, he sort of kind of came out as like, you know, I'm a grown man and I'm like married and things like that. So, you know, we sort of backed off. You know, he had asked me like if I could private a bunch of the videos. So I did, because that's like a thing like I'll do for people if they ask.
Well, that was my mother on the phone there.
Aw.
Out doing a little bit of Christmas shopping, yeah.
Oh, what'd she get you?
She was asking me if I want anything at McDonald's.
It's really funny to like we kind of built this like weird persona around him with his older brother Jacob MC, who was like good at games and all that fun stuff.
Well, you got Jacob in Xbox 360. Jacob is much better at Mario than you are, Billy.
Jacob can play Ninja Gaiden Black with his eyes closed, and he goes to Harvard.
Billy, he registered Hypercam too.
No.
But I think we genuinely kind of liked him. The persona or not, you kind of wanted Billy to succeed. I think he was just like a very earnest person, and you kind of wanted to like to see like get there.
Farther.
Billy! Yes! Yes! Take that, Billy! What's that better?
Alright, Navigator, let's find out what this is all about.
He's missing a what the?
I did not beat Battletoads.
Gaming in the Clinton years.
Look out, Dr. Wily. Huh? We're storming your techno-towering castle and fighting
Techno-towering what?
You know, this is a professional thing, but they couldn't have gotten a less nerdy guy.
They're always nerdy.
There was one video we were watching, it was about Mega Man Soccer or something like that. I was with Proteus and Diabetes, and in the related videos, I was like, wait, what is this? And like, I linked it to them and we're like, all right, we have to do this one.
In Tomb Raider 3, create a storyline in which Lara gets breast cancer. Imagine the drama of a vulnerable Lara Croft still persisting in her worldly adventures despite her illness. It needs fleshing out, no pun intended, but we guarantee the gaming world would be shocked.
So Navigator is this weird company I could go on forever about. They uploaded these videos from this old like public access show or whatever.
Hello, fans of the Fantastic. I'm your host, George Wood, and today's Flights of Fantasy is a special edition of the best of the best.
They never made it clear if they were making fun of this thing they found or if they were part of it.
You can play the game with your left hand and eat pizza in the other, since the game can be controlled with the L button, which lets you talk and check.
They had actually wanted me to help them do like a panel at PAX. I was interested to meet George Wood, but Navigator is a really, really weird company. And they just like kind of try things, like they'll just throw it at the wall and see what sticks. Like when you talk to them, it was like disorganized enough where I was like, I don't know about this one.
Donkey Kong Country is truly perfect. If you do not get this amazing new generation of Donkey Kong madness, you are stupid. Yes, I know, that's insulting, but it's also
It's just odd. I'll put it, I guess that's the best way I can put it.
How's it going, bro? My name is Betus. Welcome to, I guess the game will show you in, there it is, Slender.
A fan or somebody will say a thing that's like, you better not make fun of person X, which is like exactly the wrong thing to say, because then I'm like, well, now I have to, you know? I felt like they were like fake, and he was just kind of like hamming it up for the camera and all this stuff. And I was trying to figure out like how to sort of parody this like thing he was doing that other people were copying with like the scare cam and all that stuff.
Maybe I'm making too much of this. Maybe it's not so bad. I'm sure it's got its own appeal, and there's probably nothing really that terrible in these videos. I mean, you know...
Oh, she's raping her. He's raping her.
I'm sorry, what was that?
When it finally settled on like the react sort of thing, like, because I'll like run ideas by Diabetes a lot. I'll get like, yeah, that's good, or I don't know about that one, that kind of thing. But when I came up with that idea, he was like, okay, that's actually really good. We have to do that, you know? So like, I had people contribute to it.
Hi, Geneva, Switzerland? Yeah, I'd like to bring someone up on charges of crimes against humanity.
You're too fat, piggy. There we go. Alright. Huh, yeah. That's what you get, barrels.
It came out, it sort of blew up a bit. It was funny because like Total Biscuit actually kind of reached out to us because he thought it was just hilarious. He was posting on it, and he was with Maker, who was his MCN at the time, and PewDiePie's, and Maker actually told him like, please don't like mention this anymore on social media. So then he reached out privately like, hey, I want to say some more, but company is kind of not letting me do it.
I give up. There is no bottom to how bad this gets.
It's raping time.
Okay, there is that.
Funnily enough, years and years later, PewDiePie and I actually like talked a bit, you know? I liked the version of the story where we were like kind of friendly afterwards, so I just kind of stick to that one.
What a fucking
So you already know you're in for a good video game when 1988's the future date. One day, Diabetes was coming to visit New York City where I worked. So I was like, oh, we should get together and make some content in real life, which is something we like to do if we get together. Earlier that day, I'd been watching a long play of Last Alert. When he came, I had nothing like in terms of like content to do. I was like, do you want to watch this video with me? So we were in a conference room, and like he had one earbud in and I had the other.
He intends to enter the martial arts tournament you host every year to kill you, Mr. Lee.
Oh, really? Wow, that's interesting.
And I made some weird like opening thing in it, like, oh, we passed out and woke up and this video was here, like, because it was so odd and off brand. I did Dark Seed, which was a game I'd Let's Played years back, and then of course Dark Seed 2, which was like one that like really took off. Yeah, that might be my favorite thing ever, except for this. I remember like the weirdest thing was somebody sent their whole office dressed up like Mike Dawson. And so everybody had like the camel jacket and like fake mustaches and everything. Like it was so funny and also so surreal.
So what happens if an earthquake happens and you're asleep and you don't wake up?
They
made the safe bed, which is hell. This is...
What? Oh my god! I guess like Kickstarter, it's want to make money off some idea they have, and sometimes it's like very silly, and sometimes it's a little weird.
I, a creepy stranger, have the solution.
Oh, come on!
There.
What? Busco Quaternary, you know, seems like an earnest person, like he's not trying to scam people, but like, yeah, it's kind of like you don't have a lot of business doing computer engineering if your plan is like, hey, if binary only goes to 2, how about 4?
Add some 2s and 3s, you can do more stuff.
No, you can't! No,
right?
no!
But it's double the number.
No, it's not! One guy I had to talk to, he was really mad at us. He made a Kickstarter for a porn game.
Hero follows the story of Monster Girl Quest, a Japanese underground classic.
Yeah, underground classic. But like his intro, like Kickstarter video was like his kids were running in like, video games are boring, and it's like, if I got something for you.
Hero is all about trying to resurrect certain elements.
Yeah, certain elements.
Before social services arrives, let me tell you about this game.
He got really mad because I made a joke about CPS, you know, like Child Protective Services. And he was like, that was really uncalled for. And I was like, listen, I understand. And I'm not trying to say you're a bad father or something. The joke is just when you introduce anything sexual and your kids. And I'm also thinking like, do I really have to explain this to this guy? You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
One of the updates is, oops, I gave you all the wrong download link.
It was just one of those things that like let us kind of like go back to our roots per se, because people do complain like, I wish you guys would make fun of like Let's Plays and stuff. And like, they are just like earnestly like, hey, I liked X thing. I wish you could do X thing again. But like, hey, maybe this is a nice compromise.
I just linked you the very sexy slug girl. Yes.
Boom boom turtle, some bitches. That he voted for Obama.
What just happened? Oh, excuse me, retard Abraham Lincoln.
Yes! Stop speaking!
Is he gonna cut him off? Wait a minute.
Yes!
I was like also like interested in keeping it alive for the wrong reasons. There were naysayers and people, and I'm like, you know, no way, which is like a bad reason to make content. I don't want to keep doing it for the sake of doing it. You know, we never did this for a living. We both moved on to streaming. You know, we try to like, you know, keep up and do stuff and things like that. But it's something like, you know, we like doing, but like you can't do it forever either.
So this is just a bunch of random outtakes, and then at the very end, this pops up.
I think one of the most memorable things for me was our MagFest panel, which was actually all about George Wood.
This is quite a show.
They put us in a room that sat 150 people. They like let the people in too early, so it was kind of chaotic. At the end, the MagFest guy was like, you guys did incredible. Like, you know, like really like talking it up like enthusiastically. And I was like, well, how many people showed up? And I get like kind of choked up about this even still. He goes 171. And I was like, I thought this only sat like 150 people. And he's like, yeah. And when we filled up and there were 21 more people in line and I told them there was no more seats, they'd said they'd stand. So like they stood like for us. And that was like, there's just nothing more humbling in my life than that. You know, it's just like that. It's one thing for people to come to see your show, but to like crowd a room and then like have people do that. So I still get like taken aback by that even today.
Hey, this is Electrical Beast, aka the Jolting of Let's Plays, and welcome to a huge update video. That I'm now living in Oregon with my wife, and another thing to add, the food here is amazing.